Hello everybody from a very hot Toronto. 30 degrees, there's not wind. This is not the weather forecast.
Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Sadie, this is P, my girlfriend. Today we're gonna be doing another episode of Let's Chat. And I have some topic ideas here, so we're just gonna chat your head off. And she doesn't know the topics, so it's a surprise for her. Open it.
Oh my god, what is this?
Uh-oh.
Insecurity.
Oh.
Okay, self-acceptance, blah blah blah. Okay.
I have a lot of thoughts about it.
I have to.
You have to?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that I have a lot of thoughts. I just have some thoughts.
Okay.
That it's always like this kind of insecurity about body image, if we want to relate to that, has always been there. Like, I was insecure, you know.
What were you insecure about?
I was insecure about my nose. Even my sister was making fun of my nose. It's too big, you have a big nose and all of that.
That's mean.
I know. If I had had the opportunity to change my nose with plastic surgery, I would have done that. It's just that it was very expensive. I wasn't working, you know, I was a student, so I never really pursued it. I feel like today, whenever teenagers go through some insecurity connected to their body image, you know, they have more means nowadays. It makes it so reachable, it makes it so attainable. If I was a teenager nowadays, I would have done it.
My mom also had a thing about her nose, and in fact she had saved up money. But then a friend of hers offered, oh, we're gonna tour Europe, do you want to come with us? And she was like, oh, fuck the nose job. So she spent all her money, went on a tour of Europe like for a month or something. She had a great time. And then she met a teacher. This teacher was like such a big fan of her nose. She later told me that maybe she was a lesbian, but she had like, oh, you have the best nose, you have like the Cleopatra nose, never change it gives you so much character. If you change it, you'll ruin your face. She gave her so much like confidence, and she was like, oh, okay, somebody likes it, you know, I'm okay. I was personally very insecure about my breasts growing up, not because they're too small or they're too big, but just like the shape of them, and they were kind of like asymmetrical, lopsided. I thought about getting plastic surgery as well. I even went for like a consultation. I didn't go through with it, but then I did a lot of research on it. And in fact, a lot of people nowadays are having problems with their breast surgeries that they had done many years ago. Like something can happen in the body. Yeah. It created like a toxicity in the body. Yeah. Like a lot of people had to have their implants removed. I've seen a lot of videos.
Yeah. But anyway, it's safer nowadays, I think.
I don't think so. I think
you don't think so?
We're getting off topic, but this is kind of part of the topic, right? Because like we're talking about insecurity, and we live in a society like people are not very nice to each other. A lot of people make each other feel bad for whatever is wrong with them. It's very hard once you believe that something is wrong about yourself to get over it, so you want to change yourself. They always say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Once I get attached to somebody, once I love somebody, I get attached to like all of their little physical features. I would be crushed if you ever changed anything about your face, because like every little angle of your face, it creates you in my head, and if any of that changed, I would be like, who are you? Like, where is she? Where's P? Like, I would be so heartbroken. In fact, when I was young, my mother always had curly hair. She has curly hair, and one time she straightened her hair. I think I was about 5. And she came home with straight hair from the hairdressers, and I looked at her and I was crushed. I was like, this is not my mom. Where did you do with my mom? And I was so hurt and upset, and I ran into my room and I slammed the door, and I wouldn't even look at her. I was like disgusted. I was like, who is that? That's not my mom. I get attached to physical cues like that.
I mean, it's interesting how body features are so important in society, you know, in order to be accepted or liked or loved. It's something very primordial actually, because if I think about some tribes, like there are these women who, you know, try to extend their neck because having a long neck is considered in that society like such a beautiful attribute, you know. There's something very, very primordial in there. If a society decides, okay, having a long neck, it's a sign of beauty, so then you'll try to have that. If having a small nose, a small pretty nose is a sign of beauty, and you'll try to have that. So
or having big tits or big ass. Now that's the new trend. Like everybody's getting butt lifts and
yeah, exactly.
It's so crazy.
I don't judge people who do that because I went through it. So why would I judge that? Like I would actually hope for a more evolved society where this primordial need of having something done to your, physical body that makes you successful in a social context can disappear all of a sudden, can be replaced by something else. Not focusing so much on the outside, on the physical aspect of you, but a more spiritual aspect of you. I think I mentioned one day this story, and this was told to me by a friend of mine who just had a mastectomy. So one breast was removed, she had breast cancer. And she told me that once she saw this young woman walking down the street and with one breast only, you could clearly see it, that she had mastectomy done too. She was holding this amazing energy about herself where she was accepting her body. She was carrying it with such self-confidence that actually made her extremely attractive.
Yeah.
Sometimes Sometimes I wonder if self-confidence, which is based on something deeper inside of you, is actually makes you more attractive than self-confidence based on some physical attributes.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that totally. And it's so easy to see. This is a weird example, but I always notice that when people get like really drunk and they have no like concept of self-judgment, they're not self-conscious anymore, and they become so in their skin and so alive, they become like 10 times more attractive than themselves when they're like self-conscious and kind of doubting themselves and thinking about, I don't want to sound judgmental, like there's a place for everything, right? If it's a really, really difficult thing about your body that can be fixed, then it's amazing that we have this technology to do this. It's a great thing to have. My problem starts when it becomes like a marketing thing. Like the way they make money as an industry is to make you feel insecure about your natural self. They're making so much freaking money, right?
Yeah.
The whole society we live in is selling you this idea constantly that you need to attain this level of perfection to be seen as beautiful, which is absolutely untrue. It's just a marketing scheme. I love imperfection in faces. It makes people originals instead of like mannequins, and I just don't feel like what a doctor can do to your face can top what God has done with your face already.
That's why I'm wishing for a more evolved society in this way, but we are not there yet. Lack of self-confidence can come from so many other things, but social context can be very strong presence in our psyche. So
I want to give out the message that like if you feel bad about yourself in any way, somebody else will look at that and fall in love with it. Not just like say, oh, it's okay, it's good enough. No, like actually they can fall in love with that, so don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. Oh, hi. This is a stupid example, but I wanted to give it just for like some context. I feel like human beings, we're all so different from each other. We're like dog breeds, and imagine if a golden retriever was like trying to get plastic surgery to look like a wiener dog. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like, we're all different.
No, that is a little bit extreme, but I was thinking about my cat, Shala. She passed away a year ago, fortunately, but she used to have this huge belly, that was like kind of hanging, and I've always thought, oh my gosh, if there was like some kind of
plastic
surgery, I would do that on her,
Oh my gosh.
And I was actually thinking about it. It's weird
because she lost weight and then she had like this apron of skin. Flopping. Yeah.
So, well, in that case, I don't know. My eyes wanted to see something beautiful. You see, we do that.
Well, that's more of an understandable. Like,
exactly.
When people lose hundreds of pounds and they want to have skin surgery, I have nothing against that.
Yeah.
We should differentiate between like what becomes a deformity versus what's just a character feature.
Some people don't see themselves. They just see themselves. They start seeing themselves based on a condition, and that condition is when I change, or if I change a physical attribute, even if it's a minor thing, I'm gonna finally see myself. It's more.
I'm gonna see myself as beautiful.
As beautiful. Yeah. I'm gonna see myself in general in a way. It's just the concept of seeing myself. It's the concept of being seen. Maybe people who were not seen growing up in their families, they didn't feel seen like who they really are. So there is something they want to change.
After I met you, and you liked my boobs, so like even if I couldn't love them, you loved them. So that made me like feel like, oh, maybe they're all right, you know.
There are people that even if they meet, you know, people and they keep on telling them you're beautiful like that, you don't need to change anything about yourself. And it's over and over again. It's this insecurity which is connected really with resenting a lot of not having been seen, not physically, like emotionally, or you know, whatever is pertaining to the psychological realm. Okay, not
That's
the physical realm. They will say no, but I don't like myself. Even if you like me, I keep on not liking myself. So the motivations for changing a physical attribute relies on, is pertaining.
You're saying it can also be like deeply psychologically rooted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying whatever the motivation is, just enjoy it. And it's just one step to the journey of discovering oneself, you know, in a deeper way. That's my 2 cents.
I guess that's it. That's our thoughts on insecurity. Do you have any tips on like self-love or self-acceptance if people feel insecure?
No, I need tips from you guys.
Aww.
Just write below in the comments what you think about this topic, and we really appreciate all your comments, like really. And sometimes we don't cover it all, and some people are adding more, and we love that because it opens our minds onto other ways of seeing, you know, things. So, and we really love you guys. Thank you for your support.
Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video, or subscribe. It helps the channel. See you next time.
Bye.
You're sweaty.
I know.
You're sweaty.
We're melting. Just get the air conditioning running.